my name is Steve Mayne, and I am a Renaissance gamer. I play a little bit of everything, and everything I play with just a little bit of skill. Today I'm playing the Hearthstone Arena, and we're getting ready for a new deck here. I just finished a fairly disastrous run with a hunter deck based entirely around trying to see if I can make Murlocs. So I think I'm going to try build an actual deck here. Let's see. I don't think I've done Mage. So let's run a Mage out. What do we got here? We've got Counter Spell. When your opponent casts a spell, counter it. The Master Swordsmith. At the end of your turn, give them another friendly minion +1 attack. And the Sunwalker, who's a taunt 4/5 with Divine Shield. And I think I'm going to grab her. And let's see, we got the Frostwolf Warlord. 5.44 that gets +1/+1 for each other minion on the battlefield. The Bloodsail Raider, whose attack goes up based on my weapon. And as a mage, I won't have any weapons, so I think we're going to pass on the Bloodsail Raider. And the Lord of the Arena. Let's grab the Lord of the Arena. Let's add some taunt to this deck. So we got the Direwolf Alpha 2/2. That increases my attack, each minion adjacent to it by 1. Arcane Explosion deals 1 damage to all enemy minions. And the Venture Co. Mercenary is a 7/6 for 5, but increases the cost of my minions by 3. I'm going to take the Arcane Explosion. There's only 1 damage, but it hits all of my opponent's stuff, and that's pretty good. Let's see, we've got a 1-cost Argent Squire with Divine Shield. Fireball, which just 6 points of damage to whatever target I choose. And the River Crocolisk for 2/3. Let's grab the Fireball. Oh wow, this is a good hand. So we got Mirror Entity, which is a 3-cost secret, and I put it in play, and the next time my opponent plays a minion, I get a copy of the minion. For 7, I get Flame Strike, which does 4 damage to all enemy minions. And I got Ice Barrier, which is a secret that as soon as my hero is attacked, I gain 8 armor. I think I'm going to grab the removal. I'm going to grab the Flame Strike there. Let's see, we got the Gurobashi Berserker. He's a 5-cost, 2/7, and every time he takes damage, he gets +3 attack. The Dragonling Mechanic. It's a 2/4. It summons a 2/1 mechanical Dragonling. And the Sorcerer's Apprentice, which all of my spells cost 1 less. I have 2 spells right now, but mages get a lot of spells, so I think I'm going to grab the Apprentice there. There's the Bloodsail Raider again. Again, we'll not be taking her because I don't have any weapons. The Stormwind Champion, who's a 6/6. And all my other minions get +1/+1. And the Grimscale Oracle, who is a Murloc that gives all of their Murlocs +1 attack. I'm probably not going to have any other Murlocs, so that doesn't really help me. I think I'll grab the Stormwind Champion. Alright. Raging Worgen is a 3/3, and when it takes damage, its attack goes up to 4, and it gets Wind Fury, letting it attack twice. Priestess of Elune is a 5/4 who restores 4 health to my hero when she's summoned. And the Dread Corsair, who is a pirate and thus requires weapons, and as a mage doesn't have those. I don't think I'm going to use him. I've already got some pretty heavy cost cards, so I think I'm going to grab the Raging Worgen here. Alright, 6-cost Frost Elementals of 5/5, and when it enters the battlefield, I can freeze a target opponent character. Even the enemy character can work. The Chillwind Yeti is a 4/5 for 4, and it's a really solid card all around. And then Arcane Intellect is a 3-cost, and I get to draw 2 cards. I think I'm going to grab the Yeti. let's see, we've got Vaporize. When a minion attacks your hero, destroy it. The Wild Pyromancer. After you cast a spell, deal 1 damage to all minions, which will include the Wild Pyromancer, making his 2 health somewhat limiting. And the Azure Drake. Increases my spell damage by 1, and I get to draw a card. I think I'm going to take him. The Vaporize is nice, but I can't control which of my opponent's minions it's going to go off on. And if they have a lot of little creatures, it won't really pay for itself very well. So we got the Dalaran Mage. He's a 3-cost 1/4 that increases my spell damage by 1. The Shattered Sun Cleric, which is a 3/3 that gives a friendly minion +1/+1. And the 2-cost Mad Bomber, which is a 3/2 that does 3 random damage split between different characters. I think I'm going to take the Dalaran Mage and boost my spell damage. Again, right now I've only got 3 spells, so that should go up. I can't imagine it won't. There's the Kurobashi Berserker again. The Stormpike Commandos, a 4/2 that deals 2 damage when he comes onto the board. And the 9/5 Core Hound. I think I'm going to grab the Berserker here. So far I'm staying on the far end of things. I really want to get to the other side of this. We've got the Mana Worm, which is a 1-cost 1/3 creature. Whenever you cast a spell, gain +1 attack. The Priestess of Elune, which we've looked at, and Fireball, which I already have a copy of. In the interest of getting some 1-cost creatures and spells, I'm going to grab the Mana Worm. The Oasis Snapjaw is a 2/7, 4-cost. Frostbolt deals 3 damage to a character and freezes it. And the Southsea Deckhand is a pirate, thus requiring a weapon and being really not particularly good for Mage deck. I think I'm going to grab the Frostbolt. So let's see. So we've got Earth in the Ring Farseer, who's a 3/3 that restores 3 health when she comes into play. The 1-cost 2/1 Abusive Sergeant, who gives a friendly minion +2 attack the turn it's summoned. And the 2-point Arcane Explosion that deals 1 damage to all enemy minions. I think I'm going to grab the Arcane Explosion there, get me a second one of those. Okay, so that's about halfway through the deck. We've got a nice kind of rounding out here. I mean, the only thing we're kind of low on is Taunt. I've only got 2 Taunt creatures out of 15 so far. But I think we're, other than lower cost cards, we're doing pretty good. So let's see, we've got a Raid Leader, is a 2/2, gives all my other minions +1 attack. The Stormpike Commander we've already looked at. And the Tauren Warrior, which is a 2/3 that has Taunt, and as soon as it takes damage, its attack goes up by 3 points. And as I was just saying, we need more Taunt. I think I'll grab the Tauren Warrior. So let's see, here we go again. Spiteful Smith involves having a weapon. The Oasis Snapjaw is a 2/7, which is okay. Or the Dragonling Mechanic, which summons a 2/1 Mechanical Dragon. I think I'm going to grab the Mechanic. I think of all the creatures I had access to, that was the better one. Let's see, we've got a Cult Master, 4/2. When one of my other minions dies, I get to draw a card. The Murloc Tidehunter for 2 that summons a 1/1 Murloc Scout when it comes into play. And the 6-cost Boulder Fist Ogre, which is 6/7. I've already got enough high-cost stuff. I need some lower-cost things, and I don't have any card draw right now. I'm going to grab the Cult Master. I need the card draw, and I just don't have it. Let's see, then we've got the Spiteful Smith again, which again requires a weapon, Flame Strike, and the Jungle Panther, which is a 4/2 with Stealth, which means my opponent can't attack it directly until it does something. I'm going to grab the Flame Strike. Just it's incredibly useful to have. So, all right, let's see. We've got a legendary, which is okay. Oh man. Let's see. We've got the Blood Mage Thalnos, who's a 2-cost 1/1 who increases my spell damage by 1, which is really useful for some of the stuff I've got now. And when it dies, I get to draw a card, which can be really good. The 1/1 seems very limiting. I have Leroy Jenkins, who's a 6/2 with charge, but when he's summoned into play, he puts 2 1/1 whelps on my opponent's side of the field. And King Moklo, which is a 3-cost 5/5 that gives my opponent 2 bananas, and the bananas are enhancement cards that can be played on any creature to go to +1/+1. I think I'm going to grab the Blood Mage. I think that's going to be the more useful card here. So let's see, we've got Water Elemental, which is freeze any character damaged by this minion. It's a 3/6. The Polymorph, which is transform a minion into a 1/1 sheep, and Frost Nova, which freezes all enemies. I think I'm going to grab Polymorph. The ability to turn any one of my opponent's creatures, no matter what it is, into a sheep is really useful. And it gets rid of heavy hitters and taunts and all sorts of things. It's just really solid card. So we're back here. We've got the Mad Bomber, which we've already looked at. The 7-cost 7/7 War Golem, which is a nice 7-beater for late game, but I've already got the Stormwind Champion and the Lord of the Arena, the Sunwalker. I don't think I need him that much. Which takes us to the Leper Gnome, who is a 1-cost 2/1, and when it dies, it does 2 points of damage to my opponent. I only have one 1-cost card, and I think the Leper Gnome is going to be a good early game play. So we've got the 6-cost Wind Fury Harpy, which is a 4/5 and can attack twice. The Acidic Swamp Ooze. Ooh, this is a good one. It gets rid of your opponent's weapon when you summon it, and it's really great for hunter decks, warrior decks, rogue decks especially, who can just build weapons as they go. The Silverhand Knight, he's a 5-cost. When he comes into play, summons a 2/2 Squire. Honestly, I think it's between these two, and I think I'm going to grab the Ooze for being able to get rid of weapons. Then we have the Oasis Snapjaw again, the Shield Bearer, which is a 1-cost 0/4 taunt, and Ice Lance, which freezes a character, and if the character is already frozen, it deals 4 damage instead. I have a Frostbolt. I don't think I have a lot of stuff that freezes characters in place. I think I'm going to grab the Shield Bearer on this one. So let's see, we've got the Water Elemental, which freezes any character damaged by this minion. The Priestess of Elune and the Raging Worgen, which we've already looked at both. I'm kind of low on 3-cost creatures, so I think I'll grab the Raging Worgen. Ooh, okay, this is fantastic. The Gnomish Inventor, which is a 2/4 that gives me card draw, which is nice, and the Shield Bearer, which we've already seen, but I can get a Mirror Image, which is a 1-cost that summons 2 0/2 minions with taunt. And it's harder for my opponent to get rid of these because, like with the Shield Bearer, he can hit it with one big creature and destroy it. With the Mirror Images, he's got to go through 2 separate targets, and that can actually be kind of a problem. So I will grab that. Let's see, here we have Polymorph, the Ironbeak Owl, which silences a minion, and the Fen Creeper, which is a 3/6 taunt. And I think I'm going to grab the Polymorph. Alright. Well, let's see, we've got another Frostbolt, we've got Mirror Entity, and Lord of the Arena. I think I'm going to take the... I'm kind of getting low on 3-cost cards. I have enough high stuff that I don't think I need the Lord of the Arena. I think I will grab the Mirror Entity. Late game, that can be a really interesting card to use. I mean, it's not always great, but sometimes it'll get you some really good stuff. 7 cost, 9/5 Core Hound. Arcane Missiles, which does 3 damage randomly split among enemy characters, is really good. And the Scarlet Crusader, which is a 3/1 but comes out with Divine Shield that my opponent has to get rid of before he can actually kill this. I think I'm going to take the Arcane Missiles. And my last card, I have the Bloodsail Corsair, which is a 1/2, and it removes durability from one of my opponent's weapons, which can be really useful. It's not quite as good as the Acidic Swamp Ooze, which just destroys the weapon outright, but it can still be quite useful. The 3-cost 4/2 Arcane Golem, which has charge but gives my opponent a mana crystal, which early game isn't great. Late game, when we've already got 10 and we're maxed out, that's pretty good. And then Counterspell, which I think I'm going to grab the Counterspell here. This is not an ideal arc for spells. It's just not. But let's see how it does. Let's grab our first game here. Mages can kind of make up for it. Their mage power is, for 2 points I can do 1 point of damage to anything. So that'll help out a little bit. Let's see what we've got. We're going against, we're going to have the mirror match. Jaina Proudmoore versus Jaina Proudmoore.
My magic will tear you apart.
Courtright playing my opponent there. And to start with, I think I want to get rid of the Arcane Explosion and the Fireball. They're both good spells, but the Arcane Explosion early on doesn't really help a whole lot. It's in my opinion, it's a much better late game spell. So, and I really am not going to want to use this right away. So I will put out the Shield Bearer. I mean, my opponent's going to be able to, you know, use the exact same hero power I have to just destroy the Blood Mage right off. So I'm going to have to wait on using the Blood Mage until I get to a point where it looks like I can use it safely-ish.
Let the pain speak to me.
Okay. Let's throw out the,
Job's done.
yeah. So this is actually a good call for me, because he's a 3/3. My opponent can't use his hero power to get rid of it, because he'll give it Wind Fury and +1 attack. I can kill the Acolyte of Pain in a single attack. And then he'll have Wind Fury, and I can immediately attack my opponent for 4 points. He's going to shoot him to get a card draw. Which... Alright. Well... So... Yeah, I think I'll run in, get the extra points, kill off this creature. Tag him for 4, do 1 point with Jaina, and finish off there. So, I like that. That was...
Your magic
We're gonna
shall
do,
not
okay, Spellbreaker, which is annoying, admittedly. Shoot the Mage for 1. interesting. My opponent's got 9 cards. Oh my god, how can you have 9 cards in your hand as a mage and not really have anything to play? I mean, at a 4/4, I would have expected like a Twilight Drake or something. Because then you got like all the extra cards and you can get some pretty interesting bonuses going. Throw her out.
I wonder.
Yeah, let's do this. Finish up. And the next round I can throw out a Flame Strike and do 4 points of damage to the mercenary. I mean, it's not ideal to use a Flame Strike to get rid of 1 minion, but okay. Now I'm getting rid of 2, and that makes it far more effective for me. I mean, it's not particularly great. He'll get a card draw out of that.
Job done.
Alright. Well, let's see what happens now. Wow, this is really interesting. What do you have in your hand that you can't do anything with 7 mana? This is so weird. I've never seen a mage not have anything they can do. Okay, well that was a decent swing. So let's play this.
Truth is my shield.
Shoot him.
Job done.
And finish up there. Okay, well, alright, Sun Warrior, so yeah. Yeah, get rid of the shield and then attack, that makes sense. Yeah. Alright, well, I'm gonna do that. Sucks because it's going to require getting rid of the mana worm, which has been doing really good for me up to this point. Throwing out the...
Job done.
I would rather not have done that, but... Let's see what my opponent's got going on here. Ooh, Molten Giant for 5. That's nice. Raging Worgen. I just realized I got so intent on what was going on there, I wasn't talking, and I don't know. I'm sure there's a couple of you out there who are like, finally, he shut up. But no, I'm sorry. Let's see, Mirror Image. That'll keep me protected for a little bit. I could throw this out. Well, let's do this and see what happens. Alright. Pretty sure my opponent's just gonna kill this, but let's see what they do. Oh, no. Look at their other one. Alright.
Let the pain speak to me.
Okay.
Job done.
Alright. Well, I guess rid of the giant, which was incredibly useful to do. Alright, well. I mean, yes, my opponent currently has an 8-card, hand advantage on me.
I'll put it on your path. Behold the might of Stormwind!
Let's see how this keeps going.
Behold the might of Stormwind! Let the pain speak to me.
Here we go, we've got another taunt out.
May my ancestors.
And,
Ready to ride.
well, I think we've learned that clearly my opponent has had lots that they could have done. They just chose to wait until the point where they felt they had a decent advantage, which clearly is paying off for them at this moment. Let's see. That's going to be the game there.
Well played.
So I will concede and
Well played. You win.
let them have the win. So, all right. Well, that did not go great for me. I'll be really honest. Not my best moment in the sun there. So, well, I got off enough spells to finish a quest. So there we go. Well, that was it's the first game of my Mage deck so far. I'm going to take a break here, and I'll be back later, and I'll see you guys then. So have a nice day. Bye.